Oh, I get deja vu all the time, mate. Hello and welcome back again to part 2 of our episode 2.
See what happened was we filmed part 2, but for some reason the camera
didn't pick up any fucking audio. So I loaded everything from the camera into my computer and started editing everything, and then it all went kaput.
But we accept the challenge and we'll reshoot this.
Yes, the first part is fine, which is all good. But the thing is, though, the first part reviews the bad films. We've got both bad films this week are in the first part of this episode, aren't they? And they're not going to get that because they won't be able to see the first part of this episode. Or the first time we shot this. And never mind. But yes,
moving on.
I'm Fred Black.
I'm Anthony Squire.
And this week we are talking about Rise of the Planet of the Apes. It's our first film. It's our first film this week.
It was a genuinely good film.
I don't know. Well,
it moved at a good pace, good character set up. It did have special effects in there, but it didn't rely on those special effects. The only downside was I think it was too much to have in one film. It set itself up for sequels.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. I'm kind of a bit more flustered now because we've had a couple of drinks and we've had the problem with the audio. So I'm kind of a bit more motivated to get. We're trying to get this done quickly as well because otherwise my camera will die of battery. But Planet of the Apes,
it's still got about 41 minutes and 28 seconds left on it.
Now you're just fucking with me there, man. It had 40 minutes. It says on there. But yeah, it was.
We're going to make it. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, Planet of the Apes, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, rather. I actually quite liked it. I know you have some problems with its length. I don't want to ding it for length because
its length too much in too little time. You know it.
Yeah, but that's a good thing.
The pace was genuinely good, but it set itself up for a few sequels.
No, I did not like that. Did not like that. Did not like the fact it had sequels attached to it because you could have easily, or maybe not easily, but nicely resolved the plot if you were given the film another half hour, 45 minutes. But you didn't.
I think it would have gone on a little bit too long.
Not you personally. You didn't make it. You didn't make it half an hour longer. Yeah, I'll snap my fingers and make the film a bit longer. But you have the end bit of them. You know, they escape from their prison.
Yeah.
The whole. Well, we might as well describe the plot. Actually, we described the plot the first episode, and the first time we took this.
The ape.
Well, the thing is, they're searching for a cure. We are searching for a cure for Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
And we start testing it out on apes who have problems with them. But the scientist decides to inject it into an ape that doesn't have problems with it, and it doesn't have problems with Alzheimer's, and just a normal healthy ape, and their brain
becomes very intelligent.
Their brain function increases. They have increased intelligence, and it gives birth to another chimp, which he takes home. Against the company's will. They don't know about it, do they?
Yeah.
So he raises this chimp and it becomes super intelligent, super smart, and it breaks free.
It frees all the other chimpanzees
or apes or whatever.
Chimpanzees.
Same thing, really.
And they all go back to the forest. It's got itself set up really well for sequels. I don't know how the sequel's going to turn out, but this film
probably not as good as this one.
This film on its own had a good cast. It just flowed really well. It didn't rely on special effects.
Although the special effects were very, very good.
Yeah, but it didn't rely on them.
Yeah, but that's sort of the thing I want to say. That the star of the show is probably Andy Serkis and the special effects. Because Andy Serkis is like King Kong. He's played Gollum. Now he's playing another ape. But he is, you go from gorilla to ape, not much of a difference, really. But he's one of those guys. You do what you know, don't you? You do what you know. Boom, boom. But he steals the show. He's very good as Caesar, the ape that James Franco takes back. And James Franco is very good as well. But Andy Serkis just is on another level. And it's madly hyped about the scene where he speaks his first word.
Yeah.
And that is probably one of the best scenes in the film, aside from the whole Golden Gate Bridge assault. Yeah. When the chimps break free and go over Golden Gate Bridge and just wreak havoc, essentially, for everyone.
But they don't take over the world. They
Oh,
It's got itself set up for sequel. I mean, I can see where you're coming from in terms of it couldn't have gone as far as it did, but at the same time, from my perspective, it's not too long a film. You know, everyone's going to lose interest after an hour and 40 minutes or so.
Yeah, I suppose.
And
well, if the film is good enough, you won't lose interest in it. But I could see myself losing interest a little bit. But that was because the last action sequence that goes on when they break out, that lasts a fair while. But not enough. You know, if they'd stopped that and then, you know, changed it to something else, my interest would have been spurred on by what's happening now. So yes. I wanted there to be more, and I suppose that's a good thing. It is a good thing.
You'll see the sequel when it comes out.
Oof. Yes, I will. Whether it'll be as good as Rise, I don't know. Probably not. Because sequels never tend to be as good as...
Well, some sequels can be. I mean, you got Terminator 2, Aliens...
You got Die Hard 2 as well. Awesome film.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as the first one. Die Hard 3 was, by the same director, John McTiernan. I love number 4. Yeah. Number 2 was just another Christmas, something goes wrong, but hey, come on, we've all seen Die Hard.
If you haven't seen Die Hard, see it now. That was a bit forceful. Bit forceful.
You tell it like it is.
See it now. And yeah, everything was in this film. It was all very, very well planned out. The plot was very standard. I mean, there wasn't any big. It didn't pull any big surprises, but not in the sort of way that I was. You know, oh my god, they're doing that now, are they? Right then. I wasn't that fussed with it, I guess.
Would you give it out of 10?
5. Simply because I do feel I have only seen half a film.
I gave it 7 out of 10. I think it was it knew when to stop. It didn't try and overload the film too much.
Wanted it to go on. I keep making that point again and again, and I just
but you wanted it to go on.
You wanted it to go on because
because sometimes things have to end.
All right, that cliched bollocks can just run away. Go away now. But yes, it was. I actually quite enjoyed. It's one of the better films of this week. I mean, our previous episode was
Apollo 18.
Apollo 18. Yeah, to one side. Change up.
Forget about that.
Can go down the basement. I don't give a shit about that film. You were very generous with that, I feel.
What, Apollo 18?
Yes.
I was awful. You gave it 2 as well.
No. Change up. Sorry, change up. I'm mixing up my stuff here.
Change up.
You were very generous with the change up.
Because it was. Watch the previous episode.
Go back. There'll be a link at the end of the episode or down in the description to go to the previous episode, and you can see our numerous rants about those films. Mind you, we've got to watch some terrible films sometime. Twilight will be in there somewhere.
One for the team.
Twilight will be in there sometime.
Great.
Yeah. See, I told you I would work it into every episode, even if we did a retake of it.
Moving on.
You don't care anymore, do you? We're only like 8 minutes into it. We're just like, oh, we need to get this done as quickly as possible. So forgive us if this
Let's keep people watching. Let's not try and make it sound like we're just forcing it in their ears.
No, but it's one of those things like we've got a limited amount of time now with our battery life and everything. It's just
battery life has got about 10 minutes plus what we actually need.
Maybe. Well, yes, but we do run over our episodes.
We're just going to keep a close eye on the clock. Sorry, that was our dramatic moment.
Close your eye on the clock. Keep focused, man. Keep focused.
But no, Rise of Planet of the Apes. I'd say go watch it. It's a genuinely good film.
No, yeah, I would say go watch it as well. I would say,
it's a
go see it,
good
definitely.
Film. It's not an amazing film, but you just genuinely enjoy it.
I don't think we've seen an amazing film this week. Like one that just blows your mind.
No, not this week.
Unlike Troll Hunter or The Devil's Double last week. Those were genuinely like top-notch films. I mean, you maybe not think that much about Troll Hunter, but I did. Troll Hunter was amazing.
Putting that to one side, it brings us on to the trailers.
Oh yes, the trailers for this week, which we all found from sites like apple.com/trailers, so that's the iTunes movie store, or empire.com or empireonline.com.
Yeah.
This is the Empire Film Magazine that's pretty big over here in the United Kingdom. Yes. The first one we got is El Sicario, Room 164.
This looked more like a documentary. It was some Mexican hitman sitting in a room, bag over his head, talking to the camera. There was no background music. I was genuinely curious about this.
I was curious because he's describing like all these missions he's done for like the cartel and just drug smugglers and hitman missions. And he was there's that weird bit in the trailer where he says if you've got a guy in the car and you have to assassinate the guy in the car who's driving, most people would just go like this. And he's drawn out this car on a piece of paper and he stabs it with his pen numerous times. And it's like they would just spray bullets all over the car. But he doesn't actually tell you how he would do it. No. And obviously that's probably going to be in the film. But he's a weird little man. And he's creepy as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that's his job. He's got to be like creepy and everything for his job. But
added effect.
But, it was a scary little trailer and, effective. I think I'd definitely check this out.
I want to watch it when it comes out. It's genuinely curious film.
Yeah, I'm interested in it. For a documentary, we've seen a lot of documentary trailers this week.
Yes, we have.
We've seen like 5 of them or something, and we saw like all 5 of them in a row just to get them out of the way.
Documentary films or trailers, it's just that corny background music, but background.
I know that's not the chord, but all those like seeping, those mesmerising violin soundtracks and stuff that just get in the way of everything.
It's just funny that someone said something in the background like it was going okay until that night.
Don't actually know what that's meant to represent. I mean, I get it kind of, but it just cracks me up when you. And the next trailer, we'll move on from that. The next trailer was Djinn or Djinn or Djinn, however you pronounce it. Djinn. Oh, it's a DJINN. I don't know how to pronounce that because I'm not that clever. So. It's just. But this is a return to horror from Tobe Hooper.
It cross between drama and horror. Most of it takes place in a hotel room.
Like some Middle Eastern horror it's meant to be.
Yeah.
But Tobe Hooper, the director of Poltergeist, and Poltergeist is like one of my favourite films. I own it on DVD. It's brilliant horror film. And the fact that he's going back to horror, and I don't think he's done much over the last... Since Poltergeist. I don't know if he's done that much. I can't think of anything like big that he's done. I mean, he might have done like B-movie type stuff, but not like the B-movies you watch, like Mega Shark versus Crocosaurus and stuff like that, but...
Oh, Mega Shark Malibu.
Spot on?
It was beautiful. The acting was mesmerising and just how bad it was.
Yes, I've never seen that film.
The background music was just corny.
But I don't think he's done stuff like that, and I don't think he's done much since Poltergeist. But this looks like a return to like basic horror, and basic horror is often the most effective horror, I guess.
Yeah, if he keeps it simple.
Yeah.
It's one of those that we're just going to have to wait and see, really.
Yeah.
It didn't give too much away.
And it was a long trailer, though, wasn't it? It was like 3.5 minutes.
It was a long trailer, but it didn't give too much away, and... Yeah, it was good overall. I mean, I'm curious about it.
Wasn't too sure about how it was all meant to be affecting everyone, but we'll see what happens, won't we?
The next trailer is Exit Strategy.
Now this looks funny. It did, yeah. Compared to some of the comedies we've seen recently, this looked like it could be actually funny. Actually funny.
It's basically a bloke trying to break up with his girlfriend, but there were some really funny jokes.
Yeah, and it sounds like a bit of a bastard thing for that guy to do, but his girlfriend is pretty insane.
Yeah.
Pretty batshit crazy most of the time. But yeah, and the jokes in it were fairly humorous, and you got the feeling you didn't see the best, is what you said the last time, wasn't it? I'm quoting you now. Quoting you.
Didn't use best moments.
Yeah.
No, it looked a genuinely good film. Again, have to wait and see till it comes out. But just the general tone of the trailer, I liked it. It wasn't over the top, not like Bridesmaids trailer.
Oh God, no, not Bridesmaids.
Thinking about Bridesmaids.
Don't mention that film. It was awful.
Well, it's funny you should say that because the next trailer, Friends with Kids.
Friends with
so
Kids.
Much of the Bridesmaids cast are in that film.
There's 4 of them. Well, we think 4 of them. We don't know about the last one, but there's. If you've seen Bridesmaids, why? Why did you see it? It was horrible. It was a terrible film.
Yeah, we watched it because we had to.
No, we didn't though. It was our preview episode, wasn't it?
You chose the film.
Don't remind me. I chose two of the worst films of that week before we started this show, and we knew we were going to start it the new year. We started this show, and then before we did it, in like November and December, we had like 2 preview episodes, and one of them fell completely flat and didn't work.
Yeah,
because it was just too long. We did the whole hour uncut.
It just dragged on.
And dragged, but we liked it. And then we did like the proper format, like the format we're doing now, and we reviewed Bridesmaids as one of the films.
Yeah,
and it was terrible.
But on the plus side, we'd also reviewed Captain America that episode, and that was brilliant.
Oh yes, Captain America was very good.
I think we're dragging a bit too much from previous episodes here.
Yeah, but the fact that we had Bridesmaids and reviewed Bridesmaids means that when we saw Friends with Kids, we noticed half the fucking cast from it. I mean, the guy she sleeps with at the beginning of Bridesmaids, he's in it.
Yep.
The person who's actually getting married in Bridesmaids is in it.
Yep.
And the police officer is in it. And there's possibly someone else as well. But we couldn't identify like which character she was, so
we decided just to switch it off there.
Yeah, 3 to 4 characters from Bridesmaids are in this one movie, and I guess that happens sometimes. I mean, you know, it happens. You get similar cast. I mean, Tim Burton, Johnny Depp, and Helena Bonham Carter are in every movie, aren't they?
This could be good. I'm trying to be nice here. It could be good, I'm just going to wait and see till it comes out.
It just looks. There may have been a few funny jokes in it, but just the fact that it had that cast in it, and it can put you off. The simplest thing like that can just put you off a movie.
Corny line in my head: everyone deserves a second chance.
We'll see. Do the Apollo 18 people deserve a second chance, Anthony? Do they deserve?
What's the last trailer again?
A quick answer would have been no. They don't. The last trailer is American Reunion, which is another American Pie film.
They've basically taken the cast from the first American Pie, just brought them back.
Yeah,
it does look funny.
It did look quite funny, actually.
I mean, Stifler's back, Jim's back, his dad's back. It's just not the same people from before. Stifler's mum.
And so you've seen the American Pie films, and I haven't.
I've seen 1 and 2.
Well, you've seen 1 and 2, but I haven't seen any of them. Don't hate me if you're gonna like kind of jump down my throat on the YouTube comments or Facebook comments for not seeing it. Sorry.
Yeah, show some forgiveness.
Yeah, no one will ever forgive me. Well, someone even hated the first episode, so we're already not on the bad terms with that person. Yeah.
The stone cold silence.
But yeah, American Reunion, not exactly grade A, I think, but it'll be an enjoyable
It just looks like an average comedy, you know, Saturday afternoon, you feel like going to the cinema, what am I going to watch? American Reunion is on, yeah, why not? It's just an average comedy.
But as long as they don't make it too crude, which I know American Pie films are, you know, they're pretty much known for being a bit crude.
Yeah, but
the whole thing of the first film, man, come on.
Well, yeah, he's ducking off in the pie.
Yeah.
But,
so if you don't know that by now, shame on you. I've not seen it, and I know. But it's I don't think it'll be a rush to see it. We'll be in a rush to see it, but you know,
if it's on and there's nothing else on, I'll end up watching it probably.
Same here. And that finishes our trailer section. We are being quite quick with this one, more quick than usual. But you know, I keep making that point. But I'm so annoyed.
Look, these things happen.
Right? I know.
It's a retake. We're reshooting it. End of.
I know. It's just.
And can't you get these feelings fixed?
No. They're unfixable feelings. Anyway,
some sort of upgrade for them.
Upgrade, yeah.
Upgrade for your emotions.
Upgrade my emotions like some robot. The next film. So we're going back onto our film review. So that leads us to Super 8, which is J.J. Abrams and his monster movie obsession.
It's set in the summer of 1979. A group of high school kids. They're shooting a very low budget horror film. They're entering some kind of competition.
Yeah.
And they're on a train station late at night, as you are. And
as you do, being like 12-year-old kids.
They witness a train accident. And then the
cargo of
the cargo escapes, and then all bizarre things start happening around the town afterwards. It could have been a really good film. I watched it. Yeah, starts, drags on a little bit, then event, then just suddenly.
You didn't like the plot, and you're going to go around me again like that.
Event, and it just dragged on. To be honest, in the last in the end credits, they show the horror film which the high school kids were making, and I think that was better than the actual film itself.
Harsh,
because this film could have been really good, but there was no real effort in it.
Well, see, I quite liked it. I gave it quite a high mark. Actually, the highest mark we got this week, I gave it 7 out of 10.
I gave it 4.
See, apart from the lens flare, which J.J. Abrams always uses, it's just a pretty cheesy technique. But it was actually quite a nice story. It moved along fairly well. I admit there were dry patches where just nothing happened.
Oh, there were.
Yeah, but for me it wasn't that bad. I actually quite enjoyed myself with this one. I wasn't too fussed with it. I wasn't too fussed with it overall, but, you know, it wasn't spectacular. But it was good. It was good fun. And
it dragged on. It just dragged on. Emotional moment, just like, for God's sake.
No.
And then nothing really happens, event, and then...
You're going the plateau route again, yeah. But see,
I could have been so much better.
I seriously thought for like half the film that this was going to be some sort of Cloverfield.
Cloverfield was better.
I thought it was going to be some sort of Cloverfield like prequel or sequel or something like that. Well, possibly, most definitely prequel, obviously, because of it's set in 1979.
Yeah.
But just because of how the various bits you saw of the monster.
Yeah.
So I thought it was going to be something to do with that, but it wasn't. So if anyone's there's probably some like internet rumour that's still floating around saying, "Oh, this is a Cloverfield prequel." It's not.
No, it's not.
Definitely
We're not
not
bluffing. It really isn't.
Which is all right actually. I don't mind it not being a Cloverfield prequel, but there was all sorts of hype about it because J.J. Abrams likes to keep his films very secretive. He always does the secretive things.
He is a good director, but I just think on this one he just sat back a bit too much.
It's well, you've got Steven Spielberg involved with it as well. So
the kids have to save the day.
Schmaltzy children stuff. But then J.J. Abrams did write it without anyone else, so you think it might be him as well. Steven Spielberg just might have seen the kids, kids save the day motif and went, "Yeah, I'll give you money for that."
Spielberg might have seen the script and gone, you know what, let the kids save the day. I mean, it's funny, on the TV earlier there was Jurassic Park: The Lost World.
Oh, The Lost World, yes.
I know towards the end there's a scene where some schoolgirl just starts doing aerobics.
She starts doing gymnastics, doesn't she? Yeah. And she kicks a velociraptor through a window. Awesome scene.
Yeah, really believable.
Shush, man. Come on, really believable in a film about dinosaurs.
Well, yeah, we're putting that to one side.
Putting that to one side. No, you can't really put that to one side. It's a film about dinosaurs. It's pretty much unbelievable from the get-go.
Well, yeah, I know that.
It is a fact. Awesome. Dinosaurs are awesome, no matter how.
Yeah, but The Lost World wasn't as good as Jurassic Park.
No.
Well, film-wise, I haven't read the books, but no, film-wise.
Film-wise, definitely not.
I mean, number 3 was just funny.
No, yeah, but it's still. I still found that a good film. I still find them all good films, actually. They're passable. Well, number 1, classic. Number 2 is just entertainment, and the same with number 3. But it's the Jurassic Park world that gets me. I just love it. Everything about it. But yeah, Super 8, on the other hand, just entertaining for me.
If there's nothing else on,
like it.
If there was nothing else on at the cinema, then maybe I would have gone to watch it. But
you didn't know it was going to be this bad before.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in
for you,
if you're in a Blockbuster video store and you see this film, look at other films first. This isn't an awful film. It's not Apollo 18, but at the same time, they could have done so much better with it.
Yes, but I think they did enough. It wasn't like everyone's been giving this like 5-star reviews, 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Not for me. It was good entertainment, but as a monster movie, it's all right.
Yeah.
As a it's got some scary moments in it. It's got, you know, just the general character development in it, and it ticks all the right boxes for if you want, you know, a kind of serious action film. You've got it all there, but I don't think it's, you know, top-notch entertainment. And J.J. Abrams, I think, can do better. I mean, Star Trek.
Yeah, Star Trek.
The latest Star Trek film was pretty much, I'm going to say it now, spot on. For my money. I loved it.
I mean, to me, my favourite Star Trek film will always be Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan. I mean,
of course. You
can't beat that. I mean, Nicholas Meyer, the director, he knew what he was doing when he directed Star Trek 6.
And he just, bolt on eye patch with a Klingon. Yeah. It's just so, but yeah, Star Trek aside, J.J. Abrams can do better. And
he can do a lot better.
I think.
I'll give Joe a call.
If you give your old boss a call. And
Joe could have a word with him. No problem. There you go. And I think that's it for this episode.
I think so. I don't know. I think we're just a little bit rushed because of all the... Yeah. I know I'm mentioning it a lot.
You're mentioning it a lot.
I am mentioning it a lot, but it's pissing me off so much. Just as everything worked so well last week, and it was going so well this week with the episodes, I was just...
It's always going to be tough.
It's going to be tough. There'll be trouble ahead. It's good. Yeah, I know. But yeah, that does do it for this episode. It's a short episode. Just because...
Really, it's only about...
By about 5 minutes, I guess. But hey.
About 3 minutes and 18 seconds.
Oh my god. You're really just screwing with the timings on this one, aren't you?
But putting that to one side, I hope you enjoyed the show.
Yeah.
And thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you for watching, guys. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
For a few more DVDs and all that sort. So,
take care.
Bye-bye, guys. See you later.